Hi students, I am Mrs. Social Science teacher, Ms. Loganayagi. Remember? Yes, very good, well done. Many of you done your homework. You are looking at your videos and good. Concentrate. If you can't understand, again watch the videos for all subjects. Very good, well done. Many of you send your homeworks, but send with your name and class. Okay? We are dealing with many children in the WhatsApp, so you send with your name and the class and assignment. Okay? And lesson number 2. This week we are going to learn lesson number 2, the spread of Christianity. Last week we learnt the rise of Christianity. Okay. Immediately we should remember the Christianity. They have how they spread, in which year they spread. Yes, isn't it? The spread of Christianity was major development during the medieval period. I told you modern period and the ancient period. In the middle we have medieval period. That is, in the time only many religions formed. That is, one of the religion was Christianity. Yes, the Christ was main center of this Christianity. The Bible is the holy book of the Christian. It has two parts, Old Testament and the New Testament. Old Testaments we talk about, we read about creation of God and people who obeyed God, faithful people of God, prophets, and we know more about the commandments of God, how people obeyed Him, how we should obey, and this all written in Old Testament. Even the prophecy of Jesus Christ, the Messiah will born, that is written in Old Testament. Okay, it happened in New Testament. It's written, the 4 gospel books about Jesus' life, Jesus' death, Jesus' crucifixion, Jesus' resurrection, miracles, everything written in the 4 books of gospel. That is Matthew, Mark, John, Luke. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. 4 book. We have seen this as gospel book. After that, some books are written by the prophets and apostles. Okay, this is the New Testament book. How Jesus followers spread that Christianity to the whole world. That all written in this New Testament. Okay, the important 2 names we should not forget to spread of Christianity, Saint John and Saint Paul. Okay, these 2 names, not only these 2, many were suffered and spread this to the whole world, especially Paul, and he spread Christianity throughout the Roman Empire in other countries and countries also. Okay, and Jesus' disciples, 12 disciples spread. One of the disciples, Saint John. Paul was not his disciple. Just after listening Jesus' testimony, he became the apostles of Jesus, disciple of Jesus. But direct disciple is John, and he and Peter, many of them, 12 disciples spread the Christianity throughout the world. Okay, and for that they suffered a lot. The spread of Christianity in the Roman Empire invited the wrath of rulers. Rulers became very angry, such as the Emperor Nero and Diocletian saw the Christians as a rebel because they refused to worship Roman gods. I told you last class itself, Roman kings like gods. Okay, they have to worship. So they are introducing the one more God, Jesus Christ. They were getting angry. Okay, so they are showing that anger to the people. Thousands were arrested, tortured, and many were killed because of listening Jesus' word and obeying commandments and following Jesus. They were killed. Okay, in that how they spread the Christianity. Yes, God showed the big way to show the spread of the Christianity. Emperor Constantine. Okay, he was the one who spread the Christianity in the Roman Empire. He was the Roman ruler, but he became the Christian. Okay, the persecution means torture, arrested, killed. That is called persecution. The Christians ended with around 4th century CE, when Emperor Constantine became the first Roman ruler to the embrace Christianity. Okay, he took several steps to spread the Christianity. He granted Christian the freedom to worship. First of all, he allowed the Christian to worship their own God. Who is the God of Christian? Yes, Jesus Christ. They allowed them to worship. Next, he gave important jobs to the Christians. Okay, when they are Christian, they cannot allow us government jobs or anything like that in those time. But now he allowed people to do the important jobs. Next, he declared Sunday a public holiday so that people could attend church. Okay, here only we come to know children. So far the Saturday only the worship day. Now this king only changed Sunday as the worship day, and he gave the permission to attend the church. And next, he also built many churches. Okay, these 4 points you should remember. He gave the freedom to worship, he gave the job for the Christian people, and he made one day to worship in the church, and he built many churches. Now you remember who was the king who spread the Christianity? He was a Roman king. Okay, Emperor Constantine, Constantine, Constantine. Okay, now this kingdom became big, so he wants to shift the capital to Emperor Constantine shifted the capital from Rome to ancient city of Byzantine. Because I believe the Roman Empire had became too big for the administrative efficiently, so he wants to change his capital and renamed as to Constantinople. Constantinople, Constant, T-I-T, Nople, N-O-P-L-E. He made the new capital as named Constantinople. Now we call that modern Istanbul. Okay, now shall we see this map? Yes, this is the Roman Empire. Now this is the Roman Empire. Byzantium is a new capital. Okay, have you seen this? Last lesson we saw this map. Okay, he changed this capital, shifted his capital from the Rome city to Byzantium. Now the new capital formed. Okay, the next the new empire also formed. The Constantinople later became the capital of the Eastern Rome Empire, which could be known as the Byzantine Empire. Because of this capital, this name came Byzantine Empire. Okay, now we'll come to know about the emperor who spread the Christianity, and the next one, the emperor who made the Christianity the official religion, Emperor Theodosius. Okay, in 391 CE, Constantine's successors, emperors Theodosius made the Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire. Okay, after the Constantine, he became the king, emperor, and he made the Christianity as the official religion. So far it was not official, just he gave the freedom to worship, freedom for job, one day for worship, and he built many churches. But now this Theodosius only gave the permission as the official religion of Roman Empire. That is the main religion. Christianity became the main religion of Roman Empire. Okay, you understood that much? Yes. Now we'll see the medieval Europe. What happened in the Europe countries in the time of medieval? Okay, that is before ancient and modern period, middle one period, that is medieval period. Okay, the decline of the ancient Roman Empire. What happened this Roman Empire? It became ancient Roman Empire became decline. Okay, how it declined we'll read. Okay, the rise of feudalism. Okay, by the way, feudalism means getting salary as a land. Now you imagine our IPS, IAS, they are working for our government, isn't it? Our MLAs, minister, MPs, all are working for our government. What they are getting as the salary? Do they get any piece of land or any gold, silver, anything like that? No, they are getting only the money this time at present. But those time people one who work for the government, they'll get a piece of land as their salary. That system we call feudalism. Okay, the rise of the church as the most important institution. They started to build the churches. Okay, many churches they raised. Okay, in the next, the rise of Islam, that we learn next lesson. We are learning this week Christianity. Next week we are going to learn about Islam. The crusades as on. Okay, the new word that also for you, crusades. I explain you later. This is about this. Okay, this all happened in the medieval period. How this this Roman Empire became declined. Okay, around 200 CE, Roman Empire began to decline. There are many causes for the decline. First of all, this Roman soldiers were not united, and many corrupted kings. Okay, the empire, such as corrupted rulers, frequent outbreak of the civil wars, fighting inside the country itself, fighting among the rulers, and no unity. That's why the people who are nearby the Germanic, okay, Germanic tribes. I told you. See this map. This is Germania. Okay, from there they come to Roman. Okay, yes, this people came to Roman as the tribe. They came and invaded them, and they got the place. They attacked the Germanic tribe. The attack by the Germanic tribes such as Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals, Franks, and these are we call them barbarians. What do we call them? Barbarians. Okay, the Germanic tribes, we call them barbarians. Who all came? Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals and Franks. Okay, they all invaded this Roman Empire and looted them, and they took many things from them, then destroyed many and killed many of them and enslaved many of them. So that like this ancient Roman Empire declined. Okay, Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals, Franks, we call these people Germanic tribes. We call them by one name, barbarians. Okay, and they came and plundered treasures. That means they took all their wealth. Okay, and killed them and enslaved many Romans and destroyed many buildings. Okay, at last finally in 476 CE, this Roman Empire became nothing. Okay, it got declined. What happened when they came to this decline? Okay, what happened to the invasion of the barbarians? Impact of the barbarian invasion. The barbarian invasion left Roman city of ruins. Only just remaining things only it was there. The whole city was destroyed. The invasions weakened the authority of the Roman rulers, and because they failed to challenge the invader, already they are fighting themselves. The new one comes and fights. They don't have a unity to protect themselves. So it was failed. The ruler were failed. Next, the trade declined. They could not do any business with other countries. Okay, because all sides they were threat for them. The most important impact of this invasion was the rise and the spread of feudalism. I told you feudalism, getting land, piece of land to do the work. Okay, so these three impacts we come to know because of the barbarians. Okay, now we learn about feudalism. Okay, this is a feudal society. The king is the head. Always the king will be the head of the country. Okay, he has all rights to rights in the country. I own all the land in the country. All the land belongs to the king. Okay, now we'll come to know about nobles. Second, the king has given me large portion of land. In return, I have promised to fight for him and provide him with knights. Okay, what the nobles are doing. They are getting land from king and providing knights. That means soldiers. Okay, he is giving the soldiers to him, and as this salary, he is getting a large portion of land and protect the country also. Now we'll come to about this orange color, knight. The first for noble, I fight for the nobles and kings. Yes, he is working under nobles and king also. I am given a piece of land in return for my military service. Yes, now you come to know they are getting salary as a piece of land. He is also getting land. But already king provide large portion of land for him. Okay, now from him he is getting the land. Okay, now the last one is green color, serfs. I work on the piece of land held by my lord. I am bound to the land. He is not owning any land. He is working in the one of the land, a master's land. He is working. He is just a laborer. Okay, he is just a military man. He is a minister. He is the king. Now you understand about the ladder? Yes, this is called the feudalism. Okay, the serfs occupy the lowest rank among the peasants, Unlike the peasants, the serfs were bounded the labor and miserable lives. They had miserable lives. They cannot do on their own anything. Okay, they are under the control of masters. Okay, this is about the feudal system. Next we will come to know about the Byzantine Empire. Okay, about 395 CE, the Roman Empire was split into two. The Western Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire. The Western Roman Empire declined in the face of a repeated barbarian invasion. We saw now the Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals, Franks. They came again and they destroyed this place. Okay, that Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine, survived for another 1000 years. Its capital was Constantinople. This was captured by the Turks. We learn about that. Okay, next the important king you should know, the Justin I. He was the ruler for this Byzantine Empire. Okay, Justinian not only introduced the new system of laws, he also built many churches, including the Hagia Sophia. This is a church. Hagia Sophia is a church. First is built as a church. Next, the Turks people came and captured this, and they changed this as a mosque. Okay, that we learn in next lesson also. Now we'll come to know about the Ottoman Turks. Okay, this Ottoman Turk, the Turk emperor, came to Byzantine and captured this Byzantine Empire in the year of 1453. Never forget this year, 1453, the place they captured Constantinople. This is the Eastern Empire of Roman. Okay, Byzantine Empire, and it came to end. Then Ottoman Turks, Constantinople became the capital. Okay, they took their capital as their capital in 1453. To recapture this land, their Christians were fighting again to the Ottoman Turks. Okay, that act we call crusades. What we call crusades, the holy war. Okay, yes, the 11th century, the Turks captured Jerusalem. They threatened the Christian visitors and later banned from them the entire Jerusalem. Moreover, the victory of the Turks over the Byzantine Empire led many Christians to believe their region was under threat. Okay, now Christians were very scared to worship God, Jesus Christ. It was against the background in that 1095 CE, Pope Urban II, he urged Christians to go to the holy war. That is, the Constantinople captured by the Ottoman Turks. So they want this Jerusalem back to them. For that they are sending the holy war. There are 8 holy war happened. Okay, and between 1096 CE to 1291 CE, 8 crusades were fought. However, the crusades were unable to recapture the Jerusalem. They could not recapture the Jerusalem. They failed to do. The holy war failed. Okay, this has happened in the year of 1095 to 1291. There are 8 crusades. The Pope Urban II urged Christianity to go for the holy war. Pope is the representative of the church. Okay, he only asked the people to do the fight to recapture the Jerusalem from the Ottoman Turk, from the people in the hands of the Turkey. Okay, impacts of the crusades. What happened to the crusades? Okay, after the crusades, what happened to them? The crusades increased the Pope authority among the Christian people. Looked upon the Pope as their guide and leader, and sometimes after they worship Pope as the God itself, isn't it? So that kind of prestige, honor came to the Pope after the crusades, holy war. Okay, the crusades were exposed to the cultural and scientific progress of Greeks and Turks. Okay, this all happened in the after the crusades. Now you come to know about the feudalism and Byzantine Empire and the Turks, how they came and captured, and what is crusades and impacts of the crusades. And before that you learnt the decline of the ancient Roman Empire. Okay, these are the features for the medieval Europe. Okay, we learnt about the decline of the Roman Empire ancient Roman Empire, and we learnt about feudalism, and we learnt about the churches. Many churches was built in that time, and we are going to learn about the rise of Islam in next class. And we learnt about the crusades. Crusades means the holy war to recapture the Jerusalem from the hands of the Turks. Okay, yes, who was the king who spread the Christianity? Yes, Emperor Constantine, and he gave this many freedom to spread the Christianity. This is the king who made the Christianity the official religion. Okay, the new capital was Constantinople. Okay, this all about the spread of Christianity. Okay, children. Okay, we'll see the assignment now, and I'll give the assignment. You send it on Monday 3 to 6. Okay, with your name and class. For the continuation of this lesson, we want to know about the monasteries and their impact. Okay, by the way, what is monasteries? The people who spread the Christianity or working in the churches, they live in the place we call monasteries. Okay, as Christianity spread in Europe, okay, not only in Europe, full Europe it's spreading. Many monasteries were built. These became the residence of monks. The people who are in charge to spread the Christianity, we call them monks. The ladies, we call them nuns. Okay, the monks live in these monasteries, the nuns live in the convents. Okay, how they live? They live the simple life. The monks and nuns led the simple life, did not marry. That's why we call them in the church, we call them fathers, isn't it? Father, pastor, we call him father, and mother superior. In the schools we call mother superior. You remember anything you know about in the Roman Catholic schools and churches? Yes, like that we call them. They did not marry, did not hold any worldly position. They don't have any position in this world. They offered prayers to God and served people. That is only their main work. Some of them were Saint Francis, Saint Benedict, Saint Augustine. These were some of the monks. Okay, and how they helped us. Okay, just we'll read about this. Monasteries were centers for which the Christianity spread to their regions. From there they walk far away and spread the Christianity. They'll go and tell about Jesus Christ. Okay, monks travel far and wide to spread the message of Jesus Christ. Gradually many people accepted Christianity in Europe. Okay, slowly it spread to everywhere in the country, even in India also. Monasteries were centers of learning. Okay, that's why I told first this Christian institution only started education in India. Okay, centers of learning. That means all can come and study, not one community people. Anybody who are interested in learning, they can come and learn freely. Okay, monks studied Latin and hand copied books. These were called manuscripts. Then they decorated their manuscripts with the pictures and patterns. Monasteries in the medieval period thus served the centers of the religious as well as the secular learning. They have the colleges, schools, and people can come and learn this holy book of Bible, and they can learn the language also. Next, third one, the monasteries served people. They were guided by motto, service to society. The monks grew herbs in the monastery gardens and used them to treat the people who were sick. Not only the education, they gave the medicine to the people by the herbs. Okay, that is their work. They are doing growing the garden and herbs, and it's healing the people. Their zeal to serve the people by tending the sick and giving food to and shelter to the tired travelers were widely appreciated. This helped to spread the Christianity further. Anyone without food, they'll serve food for them, they'll give medicine to them, they'll give education to them, everything free cost. Okay, like this monks served the people for the whole world. Okay, some of the questions answers I told you. We learned this question answers already. You write as assignment. How did Emperor Constantine help the spread of Christianity? We learned the 4 points. Remember, he gave the special permission and to worship, and he allotted a day for worship, and he built many churches, and he gave the important jobs for the Christians. Yes, that like that he helped to spread of the Christianity. Okay, next we will come to know name the barbarian. Visigoths, Franks, Ostrogoths, Vandals, we call them barbarians, and what the impact we learnt about the impact. Okay, what is feudalism? A piece of land grant to the nobles as their service to the king, as the military people as their service to the nobles. Yes, that is the feudalism. What is crusades? A holy war between the people of Jerusalem and to capture the Jerusalem, the Christian people with the Turks people. A list of the events of medieval period. Okay, these are the events: feudalism, crusades, the end of the Roman Empire, Islam spread. That all I showed you, that you have to write. Next, detailed answer. Now we learned one big answer. How did the monasteries play the important role in medieval period? This all points you have to write. Okay. Next, one word answer you should know. Who spread the Christianity in Roman Empire? Yes, of course. We immediately come to know Emperor Constantinople. Yes, Constantine. Yes, very good. At the same time, the who spread the Christianity in non-Jews, even in Roman Empire? That is Saint Paul. He is only in charge to spread the Christianity to the non-Jewish people. That is not only the Jewish people, other country people also he spread. Okay, who made Christianity official religion? Yes, Emperor Theodosius as made the Christianity official religion. When was Roman Empire declined? 476 CE. Who built Hagia Sophia? Hagia Sophia built by Emperor Justinian I. Okay, when was Constantinople attacked by whom? Okay, attacked by 1453 by Ottoman Turks. Okay, who urged the Christians to go on crusades? Pope Urban II urged the people to go for crusades. Crusades means holy war. Okay, who spread the Christianity to non-Jewish people? That is Saint Paul. Okay, now we'll come to know the new words of this lesson. Lesson 2, spread of Christianity. New words. Okay, Christianity. 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 Old Testament. We come to know Old Testament, New Testament. Two books were there in the Bible. Okay, OLD, Old Testament. 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 Constantine. 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 Byzantine. BYZANTINE. That is a new capital of he shifted. Constantine shifted the capital to here. Theodosius. THEODOSIUS. Feudalism. That is a granting the land. Feudalism. Crusades, a holy war. Barbarians, people who came from the invaded from the Germania. Okay, next Justinian I. Okay, JUSTINIAN. Justinian I. Hagia Sophia. He only built the Hagia Sophia, and Constantinople, the new capital of Eastern Europe. Eastern Roman Empire. And Ottoman Turks. Constantinople. 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 Ottoman Turks. Okay, they only captured this Constantinople. Okay, now we'll come to know the chronology. By the way, what is chronology? You remember? Years. Okay, what happened that year? Shift of capital. When it was happened? 330 CE. Roman Empire decline in 476 CE. Constantinople captured by the Ottoman Turks in 1453. Okay, that's all children. Do your homework and send it to me. Thank you so much. God bless you.